You're a development executive at Baby Cow. Can you give us an insight into what that title involves?
So development exec is working with writers or comedians or creatives to help realize what they want their project to be. So I take pitches, I find the projects that fit best on our slate.
How do you know when something funny or emotional on script will translate well to screen?
I think it is an authentic voice, and what I mean by that is that it feels true, that it feels like it came from the heart, that it doesn't feel like it's trying to be something it's not or fit into a space that it doesn't naturally belong.
What is your advice for dealing with rejection?
There's nothing more frustrating than getting a script in and the characters' names are wrong, or you've repeated something. It's just like, it makes me wonder, did you not read this again before you sent it in? Because I'm not a writer, but if I was, I'd feel like well, when I send something to a channel and my name is attached to it, I want it to have, I want it to be the best thing, its best version of itself. And I think newer writers tend to not go over it enough. I don't know.
And what advice would you give to uni students that haven't graduated yet?
Never give up. I was reading this thing the other day about like big directors who didn't get their breaks until later in life. It was like Andrea Arnold made her first film when she was in her late 30s. I mean, that's great, And I just think that, especially these days, like, it's such a collaborative process, like filmmaking, TV, comedy, everything. All these artistic endeavors are incredibly collaborative. And I think the tide is turning from, you have to have gone to the right schools or have this amount of money or be from this area or whatever to have your voice heard at the table. And I think the newer generations of people that are running the business are starting to realize that you don't need people around the table that have the same story as you. And we want people to collaborate with us who bring something completely different. And it's not a box ticking exercise, it's common sense. So I think if you got rejected, just know that that's just today, this one thing, and that you should just keep going for it and don't lose faith in yourself or your work.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
So often I'll be like in a cinema at, 2 p.m. on a Tuesday or something, and I'll just be like, this is brilliant. Like, I'm getting paid to do this. I can't believe it. I take, some days we'll have a few days where there's downtime and I just get to stay home and read, or listen to podcasts or find stories or do all those things, and you sort of can't believe your luck that you're getting paid to do this. And that's probably the best part.
What has been one of your favourite productions to work on?
Ab Fab, the movie, was really fun. It was just kind of a big party. Everything was like pink and fizzy and fun. I think, that was good fun, but I think it's the productions that have the people that have a collaborative spirit and everything works better when you're all working on it together. And it's really hard in this industry to be in a group of people where ego doesn't reign. But more and more I find myself working in groups that don't have any ego. And we're all trying to work toward the common goal. We're all trying to run towards the same thing. And the work is always better when that happens.
Lastly, do you have any more advice to give?
Don't be afraid to do bold things. I always think of like some of the shows, like Atlanta is probably like my favorite TV show at the moment. And I'm so pleased that he was so bold and honest and true to his vision that he just didn't let anybody stop him from doing it the way he wanted to do it. And I think you're seeing like Sorry to Bother You, which I saw a poster for today. I mean, that film is bonkers, but it is so good. And I think the more we respect artists and let them just do what they want to do, then it's going to breed a bolder generation of just sticking with their work, because it's so boring seeing the same things over and over again. So don't be afraid to be bold.